he got movie scripts, got channels, and all of that means he's got a lot of content. And he's going to walk us through possibly one of my favorite tools and lifesavers ever, OpusClip. And how many of you are familiar with OpusClip? All right, a good number. And how OpusClip and their AI capabilities, which we're about to talk about today, can help you find the clip you need when you need it, can help you cut anything down to size and socialize it well. And with him and interviewing him is Conor Eliot. Conor is like, I call him the one-man band of OpusClip. You will not meet a better spokesperson or a more knowledgeable person about a product. So here's a product whose whole goal in life is to make you look better. And so meet Conor Eliot from OpusClip and Zach Justice from Zach Justice, Dropout University.
Hello, everybody. How's it going, guys?
I used to pray to God. I was like, I want to make it to the NBA, and he got confused. I'm at the NAB, but this is fine. We're doing it.
We're here.
We're doing
Made
it. We got a Knicks fan in the crowd. I'm not going to look at him the whole time. Is what it is. Go Lakers. Okay. Listen,
Yikes.
Connor, don't be nervous. This is your big time. Let him have it.
Thank you. All right. So yeah, I'm Connor. I'm with OpusClip. This guy over here, Zach Justice. We did the intros. Zach has been building an empire behind everyone's back. He's being kind of low-key about it. He's a low-key guy.
No, I'm very upfront about it. Very upfront.
All right. So, he's got 3 channels. He started his entire YouTube journey, for context, during COVID. So this has been in under 5 years. He has built up now 3 channels. He has almost 10 million subscribers, as Robin said. And he's doing that basically as a one-man army. He's got some great people around him that are helping him out, but, he's really sort of built the model of creator to new media business. So, Zach, my first question for you is sort of what has that process been like? Were you always hoping when you first did your first podcast that you were going to somehow get all the way to this point where you're like,
well, when I first moved to LA, I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment. It was 900 square feet with 10 guys I didn't know. Found it on Facebook Marketplace. I was working construction. I was doing Outback Steakhouse. And I'll tell you what, this is better. Who would have thought that just putting yourself out there and making so much money you can't even spend it all is a way better life. So, to anybody out there that wants to get rich, I think you should do it. I think it's a good time.
For sure. And then I forgot to mention, he also has all these other channels. So it's not just YouTube. Zach is prolific. He's on everything. TikTok. He's on Instagram. He even has a LinkedIn page, guys, and he takes it seriously.
That's right. I connect so good.
He connects, guys.
I don't like that on this because this is your thing. You don't follow me on anything.
No,
it's okay. You get called out. You got called out.
All the YouTubes.
Okay,
I follow
good,
you
good.
on the YouTube.
Good.
And then of course, Zach's most famous channel, the fan page. So yeah, this is a fan page. This is not actually your channel. It has almost 100,000 subscribers. It's racking up millions of views. What are your thoughts on fan pages, Zach?
I think it's beautiful, especially when you're using OpusClip. So our big thesis is to create pillars of like larger content that can be clipped down. And for whatever reason, the younger generation enjoy clipping things, and this makes it as easy as possible. So they're able to garner views and garner pages, even off media we create. And that just kind of helps us out. So it's a beautiful process of getting clipped, Connor. I'm going to be honest with you.
That's good to hear. I'm glad you like being clipped.
Thank you so much.
That's our business. So yeah, basically, we actually met each other a year ago at NAB here.
Yeah.
And back then you had tried OpusClip. You dabbled. You were a fan. I appreciated it. But this year we're back with much bigger news because we finally launched our enterprise product search.
Yeah.
So I'll give you guys the full experience here in a sec, but I want to hear in your own words, Zach, how do you see search being a big part of what you guys are doing at Dropout?
Well, last year I just saw you kind of as a physical girl I wanted to take on a date. I didn't know if we had any, emotional connection, but you guys developed yourselves over the last year, and now you might be my wife, which is pretty beautiful. But the search feature is great. So essentially, I mean, I have years and years and years of content, that gets uploaded to the search feature. And then say somebody goes viral, like, basketball, or maybe I'm talking about the Lakers. I could just type in Lakers and it's every single time I've ever talked about it. Or, say you're a political channel and it's, Trump did this or Obama or blah, blah, blah. You can like type that in and whatever's on topic that week, you can put in, or maybe you made predictions. I think this is going to happen. You can type it in. So it's just a very, very simple way. And I don't know how it hasn't been done yet to catalog everything that you've done across your digital footprint and make clips from it. So I want to thank you, Connor, for changing my life.
Don't thank me. I have nothing to do with it.
Oh, then
It's that guy over there, Shub. Shout him out.
Oh, yeah, but I don't know him as well as you.
That's
You know,
fair.
I'm gonna pretend you did it.
All right. I'll take it. So OpusSearch basically, we'll take your entire back catalog of content. We put it into our AI, run all of it through there, and we get out a ton of clips. So we'll clip up everything in your entire back catalog, and we want to make it searchable, and we tie it to trends. So what we do is we find what's a big breaking story that you've talked about or that has a related theme to what you've talked about in the past. We find it, we track it, we like literally put the pieces together for you. You land on your dashboard and here we go, here you go. Here's what you should be posting. And in addition to that, there's a lot of different ways that people are using it to be able to scale up their content.
And as a creator or as business, you got to think of it as a funnel. Nobody's just going to automatically click on an hour piece of content, 20 piece of content, for myself or sign up for anything I have, below that. So the top of funnel is really clips. That's your handshake. Get to see if you like someone. And then after knowing them for a while, you check out the longer form of content. So OpusClip has just been able to expand, our business when it comes to top funnel. And that has directly affected revenue in a positive way. And my mom's here and I get to take her to dinner tonight because of OpusClip.
There we go. Appreciate that.
We're not going to a steakhouse, Mom. We're going to Denny's.
So let's get into the data then. Let's see how OpusSearch has been helping you guys out, on your shorts. This is, your Zach Justice channel, which I know you only actually launched like technically a few months ago, but I know it's been around for a while.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Love the content over there, by the way. If you guys have not checked it out, it is spectacular. Just look at the numbers right here. This is all repurposed shorts, right? So you're not making original content on your short form. You're using it, like you said, as a top of funnel, system here. And, you guys are up to 12 million, impressions, or 12 million views on your shorts just in the last, month alone, which is up, looks like, 438%, which is nuts.
And with algorithms now, the follower doesn't matter. It's more of a vanity metric. It's, can you make good content? You can have 1,000 followers and you can get 12 million views because you've made good content. And I think that just opens the floodgates for anyone to do anything. And this is such a, beautiful tool that's allowed us to do that. Actually, I do long form on this channel now, but I started off using OpusClip. I just posted clips on the channel to kind of grow it. So when I put out my first video that was long form, people were ready for it. People were kind of more warm to the idea. So if you want to create 10 channels and then just post everywhere, again, the follower doesn't matter as much. It's good content. So, little tippy tip for you.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of the good content element, I feel like no metric shows that better than 81% watch through rate. That is nuts. Is there anything that you feel like you're doing deliberately to get such a high watch through rate and not get people to scroll past? Do you think it's hook identification, or do you think it's really just throwing everything out there and getting your community to buy in on you?
Yeah, it's definitely, it's the hook. I mean, it's the same reason, we're mammals. We see something we like or interested in, we stay for a little bit longer. So yeah, it's definitely the hook. And then my content, I do comedy. And I also date girls and do comedy. So I just did blind dating blind girls. And I want to say I didn't know that was going to happen. My crew just kind of threw it on me that day, but I navigated it well. I used the poll and everything. So not this one. But yeah, Good content, good hook. Connor to your right. Life can't be bad.
Nope, definitely not. One other thing that I found really interesting here is, you guys decided to, rather than just double down on dropouts, produce more dropouts, go up to 3-4 episodes a week. You guys deciding to break off and start a new channel called The Lunch Table. What was sort of the inspiration behind that? And why did you want to separate out your audience?
Yeah, so we started The Lunch Table. It's a new podcast. We just started with my buddy and I. We met when we were 9 years old. He just finished law school and wasted all of his money because he realized he doesn't like to read a lot.
Okay.
So it's like, why don't we start a podcast and we tell jokes to each other? And for whatever reason, people have enjoyed it so far. Kind of the plan on this is building the back catalog of long form content. And then once we have enough, we implement something like OpusClip where we get just thousands and thousands of clips. So once we have a base of great content, we have that distribution strategy. So then everyone can find it. And when you get there, it's not just one episode. Now they can watch a plethora of hopefully decent content depending on who you are.
Got it. And just really actually diving into the numbers here, right? Like once you're starting to build up that catalog of content, what are sort of the metrics you're looking for as you're distributing the clips, whether it's on YouTube or elsewhere, to see that like, okay, this content's hitting, it's on the right track, versus are you using short form also as a way to measure like, okay, maybe we need to change format or we need to talk about different topics, things like that? How much of it is it a predictor to how well the channel
I would say
will do?
watch time is probably our biggest predictor. Did people find your video? Yes. And then they stayed. That's a good sign. So if we put out a clip on a topic, it's also a good testing ground. Oh, this topic didn't do well. Maybe we stay away from it a little bit. Oh, these topics did well. Maybe we talk about it some more.
Yeah.
Simple.
For sure.
And to think I dropped out, and I think I'm an idiot. I'm up here just talking such good stuff.
I mean, I think that's the whole point of Dropouts University, right?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
there
right.
you go.
My bad.
Another thing I found really interesting here was, your Instagram and TikTok data. This is for, I believe, the Dropouts podcast. One of the things that I really stood out to me here was on Instagram, if you look over here, almost everybody that is watching your content are non-followers.
Because the follower doesn't matter anymore, It's all about, can you make good content? The algorithm's going to bring you what you want to see. So you got to create within your niche or niche, depending on who you are.
What are you trying to say about your 10 million followers?
They mean nothing to me.
All right, there we go.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first and last.
Yeah, so I think for you, are you somebody that has done historically or ever done the please like and subscribe shtick, or?
I don't think I've ever said those words. And if I did, I might throw up. But, I'll try it if you want me to.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Don't do it. It seems to be working well for you, so.
Thank you, Connor, from OpusClip.
And then on TikTok, I feel like, TikTok is like was the original For You page, right? Everybody thought of TikTok as this channel where all you do is just go to your For You page and you swipe and you swipe and you swipe. But that's not what the data here is showing on your channel at all. 29% of your people are coming in through search. How does that work?
I think they're just making sure I'm not in their area because they don't want to bump into me. It's like, I hope he's not in Houston today because I'm trying to have a good day. No, but it is, I think TikTok's kind of the new Google. If you want to find out how to do something, fix a part in your car, hang a frame, you'd rather watch someone visually do it. But in this case, it's maybe I said a joke or something or piqued someone's interest. So they wanted to show a friend. It's like, oh, this is what happened. And then I do a weekly show so they know the cadence. So it's like, I know new clips are out so they can search it up.
That makes sense. Are you doing anything intentionally around titling or anything like that to make search more effective on TikTok?
I'm personally not. I think the algorithm has done a decent job. So no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty interesting. Well, I think that's it for the slides, so we can get over to the live demo now and have some fun. I think we're about to try to embarrass Zach as much as possible, so I'm going to get the audience involved here, if that's okay with you guys. All right, so this, Zach, is your search. Welcome.
No.
I know it's your first time looking at it because this is all fake and you don't actually use it, but
no, I use it, brother. I got an OpusClip tattooed on places my mama doesn't know about.
Oh boy. So yeah, so at the top of your search, like I mentioned before, here are your trends, right? So these trends update every 5 minutes. In fact, if we hit refresh trends and the internet doesn't fail on me, we'll get some new trends here.
Yeah.
And those trends automatically update every 5 minutes, by the way. We're pulling in from different sources. And what we are doing with trends is basically finding, exactly where there are matches between stories that are popping off on the internet and things that you've talked about before. So that could be something really direct, like, so-and-so is in the news and I talked about so-and-so a year ago on my podcast and the clip looks relatively relatable. So let's post that. It could also be more abstract. So, for instance, here is a Greek fan, and his dog. There, I guess some wholesome moment happened that's going viral right now. And what we found here is a bunch of different, really wholesome, beautiful moments, from your podcast, which is honestly shocking that those exist. I didn't know those existed.
Watch your mouth, Connor. My mom's here.
What's amazing is like you can watch them through. So let's just click into one, watch it, see if we like it. And then if you can,
I wouldn't press play on what this is, brother.
All right.
I don't know what that is.
All right, let's try this one. I don't know if we can get audio here. We can try. No, there's no audio.
No worries. Silent films are back.
Yeah.
Some call Charlie Chaplin. We're back.
No worries on audio. What we can do here is we can go into, so once you find the clip you like, right? You can clip see details, check out the clip. We have all these tags here that tell you who's in the clip, what topics are being discussed, even the mood of the clip. You can also click this button, which is go to project. What that does is it takes you to all the clips generated from that entire episode of the podcast. So let's say you wanted to splice something together from a different part of the podcast. You can go in here. You have all the moments from the podcast right here. And then you can combine them. You can, clip chunks out of them. You can extend them. We have the full range of ability to really, reformat and, re-pick out the content that you want, if we think that we didn't do a good job, but hopefully we did. And then over here on this side, this button right here takes you straight to that moment in the original YouTube episode.
2 years ago. Wow.
Yeah. So this is a moment from 2 years ago on the podcast. Ignore this advertisement. There you go.
No,
Free
watch it.
advertising,
What are you
Granger.
talking about?
Congratulations, Granger. You just got a lot of extra impressions. What basically what it does is it takes you to that exact moment in the podcast where it came from. Sorry, I'm running this on incognito mode, so I don't have my premium. Here we go. So check this out. Right here at this moment, that's exactly the moment from this clip. You can grab that if you want to go from there into your YouTube studio or into your library and just grab that chunk and use it, however you want. You can do it like that. We also, like, for people that are running larger operations, enterprise folks, things like that, we can connect directly into whatever servers, Dropbox, Google Drive, wherever you're hosting your content, your CMS, we can connect into that. We'll pull the clips from all your content in there, and then we can also even just drop them back in there if you don't want anything to do with the OpusClip platform, but hopefully you can.
Well, no, yeah, this is a perfect tool. Even if you want to edit it yourself, just, you take it to, Premiere and export the XML and you're good to go.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to do some really fancy edits, highly recommend exporting to Premiere. If you don't, you can head in here to our editor. And here in our editor is where, you can actually reformat it into whatever you want. So we have different, preset templates that you can set up for yourself to reformat it. Let's say I want this as a vertical clip, which is how Zach uses most of his clips. Boom, I click it, and in 1 second here, now it's re-edited the content. So if we watch through the content here, you'll see that it's now re-edited it. It tracks the speaker frame by frame. It keeps everybody in frame. And look, actually, I forgot. I want to add captions to this. So let me just, boom. Oops, I clicked twice. Boom, turn on the captions. And now we have captions on it and we can play it with captions. And I can add in emojis in here. I can add in, B-roll. There's a lot of things that with just a couple of clicks, we can throw into the clip, make it more interesting, and try to make it a little more engaging. But in your case, Zach, I don't think that is needed usually. Awesome. So, all right, let's open up to the audience here and search. I guess actually, Zach, to ask you, what do you think is the best thing to search for?
I think we search breakups.
All right.
Just because my life it's been decent recently, so I kind of want to set my baseline back to normal. If we can just like feel sadness for a second, that'd be pretty beautiful.
All right, let's check it out.
Really hope it comes up blank, to be completely honest.
Let's see how this goes.
Oh, that's crazy that the internet is currently searching for heartbreak. Just personally in my life.
Yeah. For you.
Oh, and there's a lot of it. Let's get out of it.
Oh my God.
There's too many clips actually, I think. We got an X there. We got an X there.
Oh, don't worry. It's loading more results.
Oh, thank goodness.
In case you were worried. I think I actually loaded it over here on a different.
Oh goodness. I'm only feeling everything.
Let's see. Do I have it over here? Oh yeah, here we go. I loaded it over here just in case you're wondering just how many clips about breakups you have on your podcast.
I think it's enough. I think the data shows enough.
I think you need more.
No, there will be, brother.
All right. And, over here, like I said, you have all the people in here. Let's look at the people here. There's it's a long list.
No, I don't need to see this long
list of women.
No, let's search up, search of times I've helped the homeless.
All right, let's see.
No, don't
Let's
search. High fives. Look, she's done. That was probably
Let's
my ex
see.
who's leaving now.
She's out.
She's out.
Let's see how many results we get for helping the homeless.
If there's one, I'm gonna have to walk off.
Oh, there we go.
So many, and
Oh
you guys
my
are welcome.
gosh.
If you guys have ever been homeless, I just helped you. So
Help others. There you go. Homeless man's pedicure. Do you have can
don't
you
worry
retell
about
that story?
Don't worry about that. It was a good day.
All right, there you go. Feeding my community. That definitely wasn't you speaking them out, but
No,
let's
but
see.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll
he
take
gets
the credit.
20% of the credit for that
Thank you.
one. All right, there we go. But yeah, like I said, you got all the people here. We can see what kind of homeless topics you had here of helping the homeless, personal milestones. That's nice. Homeless makeover. All right. We're getting really niche here. And then moods also. So like, let's say you just wanted the funny clips. You can see when you weren't funny.
No, that's all of them. You got the whole
half
catalog.
of them there.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
half of them now. All right. From here, let's open it up to the audience here. Does anybody, have a search term that they'd like to search through Zach's, podcast for? Feel free to raise your hand. What, you said sexual content? Are you asking if sexual content gets more engagement? I don't think so.
I've tried not to have sex on camera
Yeah, I think
the best I can.
I think just fun content, like entertaining content, is the key. But yeah, I mean, Zach doesn't do anything. I don't think. I mean, you tell me.
I'm waiting for my second marriage.
How's the OF going?
It's going well.
All right, there you go. There's your answer. Any search terms anyone wants to look up?
Dance?
All right,
Oh my gosh.
let's see. She looks like she knows something.
She
Is
wants-
that one of your exes? Zach?
No, she's ready for Thanksgiving. She wants to see a little ham thrown around.
Dance.
Here we go.
Do you dance on the pod?
No, I've got the joints of a athlete that's had CTE for 10 years.
All right, fair enough.
Oh gosh.
Embarrassing dance off. We're going all in. All right. Let's see what this was about. And then also, since we don't have audio, we can always check out the transcript.
Okay, we're not dancing. This is good. This is actually a plug, it looks like.
It
Perfect.
does. And the slow-mo.
But we're talking about dance. So, the
Yes, we're
hokey
talking
pokey.
about dance.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Hokey. All right. How's your hokey pokey? Let's see. Backup dancers. So it's found a bunch of different stuff relating to dance. But do you think you've ever danced on the podcast?
I've tried my best not to.
Retro podcast launch. What is this compilation? What are you watching there? You got people dancing. You do React content, Zach?
Not often.
All right.
But apparently this guy's dancing.
Yeah, this is interesting. This isn't normal content for you. I'm surprised.
Wow.
All right. There
There's
you go.
a bald man doing push-ups.
One interesting question is, do you remember any of this? You were there for all of it.
No, I don't. I would like to blame it was AI, but it was too long ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's one of the key things here, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you're shooting content multiple times a week, it's hard to remember what you were even talking about last week, right?
Yeah. No, I think that's one of the best, parts of the entire feature is I don't know what I've talked about. I've created so much content, but when trending topics come up, I can capitalize on it.
Yeah. I have proof of that because earlier during this talk, he was like, I just put out a video about dating blind people, but he actually just put out a video about something completely else that was more recent than that, and he forgot about it. So there you go.
See? Also, if there's any single men here, my mom, is single. What? Sorry, I want a father in my life. My fault. Okay. Yeah, you're right. She's nice.
All right. Anything else you want to search for, Zach?
Search for mom.
Mom.
Perfect.
Let's see. She ever been on the podcast?
Oh, she's been there. She got mad at me once.
Okay. There you go. Nice.
She's just on again. That's how you know content's going downhill.
All right. Here we go. We can also sort. So let's sort by the most recently added. We don't have content. We only download. This is a demo. We only have it through February of last year. Oh no, this is from 25. This is from February.
Perfect. Every time we talked about a mom. So essentially it works is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it works pretty well. It's pretty easy. Let's get into the editor. I mean, I showed you guys some of the stuff in there, but I think the last piece of it that just really, really, really makes life easy for people is you can add video ads into it with one click. So a lot of creators are doing that where you have a sponsor, they're like, oh, you guys underperformed slightly, or more often it's like, hey, I can give you guys an extra 1 million impressions in ad reads on top of everything that I'm already providing to you. Will you guys pay me X amount extra and I'll put you into all my clips? And we have a lot of different creators doing that, from a bunch of the people that I showed on the screen there, from All the Smoke to I don't know, a bunch of different comedy podcasters and media companies alike. So that makes life a lot easier. And I think the last piece of the puzzle here is just the ability to publish. So let's say Zach, he loves this clip, he saw it, he's ready to go. Boom, you can one click publish to social. So you can connect all your accounts here, have everything set up, and then make it really easy to connect all your social accounts. I want to get out of here now. And be able to post that out onto your social media. And that's basically how you can supercharge your content, right? It's like you already have this back catalog that is performing. You've seen the performance. And now if you can just stay consistent and put out content on a really high frequency basis while still obviously controlling somewhat for quality, that's the key to growth. Would you ever, Zach, consider doing something where you actually just give out your content to, like, cause you said earlier, like, you like the fan page. Would you ever consider doing something where, like what WAP is doing or other people like that, where you're distributing your content through a bunch of clippers, and really just trying to amplify what you're already doing?
Yeah, definitely. I think we're already kind of organically doing it. People like to do like funny compilations of the podcast or, the comedy series. So yeah, it's been fun to see how creative people can get, using all the tools, and, any exposure, obviously, when you're in the entertainment business is fantastic. And when you don't have to hire another person, to do it, and it's just the public, it's pretty beautiful.
Nice. Yeah. So what, last question, we'll get out of here unless anyone else wants to search for anything else. You want to search for something? Okay. Yeah. Well, so for questions, we're going to wrap up here in 2 minutes, and we're going to have a happy hour right back behind this stage.